does performance qualification mean? It means that you're doing 150 points per month. Now, what's points? If you go out and you enroll a membership for $59.85, right, which is the membership that we most commonly enroll, that's our micro business plan. So that's a base Legal Shield plan plus the home-based business or micro business plan and business plus plan, $59.85. The company looks at that and says, oh, that's 60 points. If you onboard a new business partner and they have the membership, repeat that again, you onboard a new business partner and they have the membership, that's 50 points. If a person fast start qualifies, meaning within their first 20 days, they go out and they enroll 5 memberships or they enroll 3 memberships and a partner, that means you fast start qualified. The company says, oh, you actually helped somebody on board properly. That's another 50 points. If you're like some of us who are out there enrolling a small business plan, so it's not uncommon for some of us to enroll the $99 plan plus the $14.95 rider to protect the business against a lawsuit. So that equates to $113.95. Where the company looks at that and says, oh, that's 114 points. So there are some people within our organization, they just enroll 2 clients per month and they performance code qualify. Okay. That's what it is. It's just consistently doing that. And if you do that, there is a new incentive on the table. So those who performance code qualified last month, or you've been performance code qualified for 3 months in a row, or if you just performance code for the first time last month, know that now you performance code qualified 2 months in a row, the company will actually pay, this is insane, they will pay an additional $300 per month in bonuses for just doing that. Going out protecting 2 or 3 families with the service. I just want you to pay attention to the math right quick. You are sending in less capital than the company is paying out. That's how much they are committed to people performance code qualified. That's how important this is to your long-term success, right? And, you know, Ms. Harris hit the nail on the head. One of the things that you want to do is you want to celebrate and edify. That is a key characteristic of someone who performance code qualifies, because look, you have to learn how to celebrate a tool. It used to be, yeah, it used to be that. Now they bumped it up. But Ms. Wells, I may just defer to you because I cannot keep up with all the incentives. It's too many of them. In any respect, you learn to celebrate the tools. You learn to celebrate leadership. Look, when you first start with this business, you're brand spanking new. You're not fooling anyone. Your family, friends, and neighbors know you're brand new with the business. They know you are not the ish. They know you are not crushing it and you're a multimillionaire in the business. So how do you incentivize? How do you encourage people to take a look and learn at your business? You learn to edify the people around you. I can tell you there's a lady by the name of Miss Klein's. All I can recall, she's over 70 years of age. Miss Klein's story has helped me build and take on new business partners more than anyone else's story in the entire company. When I'm talking to individuals, I'll share her story. I'll share how about looks. There's a lady that I know who's 70 plus years of age. She doesn't have the young legs. She doesn't have the energy to spend 20 hours a week doing anything. She's retired, living her best life with her husband and taking care of her millions of grandkids. But Ms. Klein started with us years ago, 5 hours a week. That's it. Because she just didn't have the bandwidth, the time, and energy. She wasn't a 20 or 30-year-old, but she didn't want to eat Spam in her golden years. She did not want to be a greeter at Walmart. She wanted to travel and enjoy her best life while she still had years left on earth. And she partnered with our company 5 hours a week. She learned to celebrate, edify, and do 3 exposures. Just invite 2 or 3 people per day to learn about her business. And today, Ms. Klein's comfortably earns over $150,000 a year and passive residual income, meaning she does not have to lift another finger. She doesn't have to do anything. And that income will come into her household for the rest of her life, right? So, you know, grandkids love her come Christmas because she can just spoil them as much as she wants, doesn't have to worry about the bucket running dry, right? Learning how to edify. inviting people to learn about our service, right? Acquiring referrals, conducting three-ways, right? Doing exposures, utilizing tools and events. Performance Code qualifiers, this is what, I mean, none of these things are less important to the other, but this piece is huge. Tools and events. Once again, we are not looking for salespersons. To me, it's always fascinating. First thing a new person does is they say, I don't like sales, and they go out and they try to sell. No, that's not what you do. You just simply invite people to learn about what it is that we do. You invite people to events where they can get the information third party, where they're not feel like they're being sold to, but they have the opportunity to learn and make their own adult decisions, right? People don't like to be sold, but they do like to make decisions. They do like to choose. As well as touched on this, accountability, consistency, right? When you first start out, you got to be accountable to you. But if you want to level up beyond this, you got to be accountable to your team and other people. And of course, personal development, reading the books of the month, understand the you today is not going to take you to the new you tomorrow. The you today has habits, thought processes, ways of moving, modus operandis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And those things have made an appointment with where you're at today. You are where you're at today because you made an appointment to be here via your decisions and modus operandis. In order for you to have better outcomes, in order for you to set better appointments, you have to become a new you, right? And that's what personal and professional development is all about. We're running up against the time. So I know Ms. Wells is going to be like sending me text messages in a minute. So I'm not going to ask questions on this part, right? I'm just going to move on to the next slide. So what does it look like? How do you go from a team of me to a team of we, right? How do you get the ball rolling on the way to building a multi-million-dollar business? You go from a team of me to a team of we. You Performance Club qualify and you teach other people how to Performance Club qualify. We use the same scripts. We use the same tools and events. It's the same business model. You pass on the cultures, right? We provide uplifting service to our members. If our members are not happy, we have no business. It's not enough for them to get the membership. You're not done when they just enroll in the service. That's cool, but what we need is the success stories. We need people who save $40,000 on a real estate transaction like I did. We need people who save $3,600 on a car purchase like I did. We need stories from men who are able to acquire custody of their children. We need stories of people who have saved $3,000 and $5,000 on airline tickets for a trip. We need individuals who are taken advantage of by a bank or by some other professional or individual, by a mechanic. We need those success stories. We need business owners who are able to take on more clients and grow and level up because of the service. It's all about uplifting service. That is the heartbeat of everything that we do. We celebrate, we edify, and we protect. I'm going to get into that in a moment. We lead with activity. I'm not going to come on here. Ms. Wells is not going to come on here. Ms. Johnson's not going to come on here. No one's going to come online here in a live event or a conference call or a webcast talking about you need to do these things. No, you're going to see us posting our activity. We do the work. We work side by side with you, right? In personal development, we use third-party tools. I'm going to be quiet for a moment, Ms. Wells. If you don't mind, if you want to contribute or offer any feedbacks, I know this is a huge part of your story and the success that you're enjoying now.
Well, I can tell you this, that it works. It absolutely works. Using our system, not trying to think outside of the box, just following the actual plan that's presented before you. It's the best thing, because on the other side, as an entrepreneur, if I am constantly having to create, I'm exerting energy, I have to put forth all this time and effort to put these things together. But when you follow the R3, it's already done for you. We got the scripts done for us, we got videos done for us, we got the training done for us. All we have to do is just follow the system. You follow the system, you get paid. It is really, really that simple. And I love that, because I don't want to have any more work on my plate. I just want to follow what's been given to me so that I can reap the benefits. Plant the seeds wherever I go so I can reap the benefits. And that is the power of, R3, you helping other people. One of the things too, not trying to go back, but one of the things that we talked about, Ms. Johnson and I, was that we need to make sure that we PC at the beginning of the month, because when you go from a team of me to a team of we, you got to have time to be able to help other people and bring them to the level of PC. So follow the system. That's the best I can tell you. Back to you, Mr. Buford.
Fantastic as well. And look, some of you may be asking, what's R3, right? Let's be real for a moment. Well, not everybody's, but most people's concern is this. After I share this with my family, after I share this with my friends, after I share this with the people who are in my phone, whether it's 50, 100, 1,000, or 3,000 people, where are my next clients going to come from? How am I going to continue to build my business? The answer to that question is R3. Number one, you want to perform to qualify, but whether somebody enrolls in the service or not. So you've done an exposure. You invited them to learn about what it is we do. You've conducted a three-way call. You've invited one of the more senior partners, senior associates in the organization to help answer questions because you're still new, right? And you've edified them. They decide to make an educated decision. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Once again, 30% will say yay right away. We know another 60% will eventually say, yes, this makes sense, right? That's what they'll say. That's how it'll work, right? The next thing you should do, whether they acquire the service or not, is ask for referrals. And there's 3 types of referrals we ask for. The first referral we ask for is, who do you want to help? Not who do you think is going to buy? Not who do you think needs the service or wants the service? Who do you want to help? Who do you believe? Who do you know should be educated about what it is we do? We cannot make buying decisions. We can't make kitchen table adult decisions for people if we're not laying next to them at night in the morning and eating breakfast with them at the kitchen table. But what we can do is give people a chance to make an educated decision and make a good decision for their families and their business, right? So who do you know? That's the first question you should ask everybody once they've had a chance to learn about what it is we do. The next question you should ask is, who do you know that's a business owner? And who do you know that's a business owner that has employees? Because look, some of you are not group certified. So you're not ready to approach a CEO, CFO, COO, CIO and say, hey, can I come into your company and share this service with your employees? But you have those of us who are experienced and who have done that, right? So even if you're not doing group, you can still do group. And let me tell you, you want to learn how to do group without doing group, all right? My biggest singular payday was because of a group. Downtown Detroit, civic organization, Detroit Economic Growth Corporation. I was still relatively new in the business. The individual that was supposed to show up and help me with the presentation got into some type of situation where they couldn't make it. So I stroll in with the cold pizza. I give a 20-minute presentation that was terrible. 30 out of the 100 people who enrolled, following day, $10,000 deposit. I don't need to tell you that was one of the days where I said, you know what, this people outside leadership thing ain't bad, right? But you don't have to give that presentation. You don't have to set the appointment. You can just do the exposure, open up the door, ask someone who do you know, and introduce one of us to them, right? I see it, Ms. Wells. And then the last question you want to ask is, who's looking? Those of you who know me, if I quote unquote recruited you directly, you know I don't run around asking people. I'm straight up. None of you can say I've done this. I don't run around asking people, man, do you want to make some money? You want to join me in business? That's not what I do. I ask people, who do you know who would like to earn an extra $1,500, 5, 10 hours a week? Who do you know that's looking? Who do you know where extra $500, $1,500 would be a blessing? Part-time, spare time, right? Who do you know who's the plug in the community? Who do you know who is already having conversations with people about financial independence, business development, They're always starting up businesses or growing. Or who do you know who's not afraid of work and not afraid of money? They would like to get after a 6-figure income, 10, 20 hours a week. Get out of the check to check, get off the hamster wheel. Look, if you ask that question enough times, people will raise their hand. But keep in mind, most people are afraid of money. I hate to tell you this, but they are. Most people are afraid of work. They say they want to become a multimillionaire until it's time to put on the overalls that multimillionaires wear, right? But everybody knows somebody who's a go-getter. Everybody knows somebody who is not afraid of work, who is the plug, who is constantly starting up businesses, talking about financial independence, talking about money, always looking. And that's been the approach. Anyone that I've approached with this business, I attracted them. I did not talk them into it. And that is a huge clue. I wish I could go into it tonight, but I don't have time. But you do not want to talk people into joining you in business, because if you try to talk them into joining you in business, you will have to talk them into building their business, and that just does not work. You need to attract people. You need to become a problem solver. You need to lay out the carry. You need to show people how this business can solve their problem, not how they can come up underneath you and join you in business. And remove that language. Nobody wants to be underneath anybody, okay? Let's get that clear. Most of us listening tonight, we're well educated, we're well heeled, we know what it's like to earn grown adult income. Ms. Wells ain't trying to be up underneath nobody, but she will partner with people. She will learn from people. She's willing to allow individuals to show her how to grow and glow. She is willing to be a student of a game, right? And trust me, game recognizes game. So I'll leave it at that, because we'll be on here another 20, 30 minutes and as well start talking about them. All right, so last slide, got another one, but this is really the last slide. So you've gone from a team of me to a team of we. You've taught 3 people. 3 people, not 10, not 20, not 50, not 100. You teach 3 people to Performance Club qualify, utilizing the scripts, the tools, the culture we're building here. You teach 3 people how to do this thing. That's all you need to do. You help them teach 3 people. This is it. This is how you become a multimillionaire in PPLSI Legal Shield. And I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. I know some of you like, that's it? It's got to be more. No, that's it. You Performance Club qualify. You teach 3 people to Performance Club qualify. That means you're a senior director. Those 3, you help them teach 3 people to Performance Club qualify. A handful of memberships per month. That's it. Following the proven system, and you'll be earning approximately $7,000 to $8,000 to $9,000 per month. Most of it passive residual. And then when the next group of individuals go out and teach their 3, you're going to be earning 7 figures. That's it. That's the business. It's really that simple. And that's why Performance Club is so absolutely important. Because if you don't Performance Club qualify, you'll never be, you can't teach people what you don't know, and you can't grow people where you have not grown. This is it. Ms. Wells, I'm going to defer to you, and I have one more comment I want to make, and then I'll promote the event and we'll end the call. I'm sorry.
All I can say is follow the system. The system does work. I have to keep saying that, because I remember starting out in this business, having, a business background, wanting to do things my way. And guess what? It didn't work. It allowed me to be inconsistent, as a matter of fact. But I had to change my mindset and the way that I did business in this business. And I had to just follow this system. And once I followed the system, then things began to propel, just like a propeller on a boat. It just flows like that, and it will take off and have, even with me away from it, it can just grow on its own, right? So that's what you want. You want a business that can grow. You want a business where it's simple. It's not it's not a hard business. It's a simple business, but you got to be consistent in the business. And you can't let a day go by without exposing your business. I even tell this, to people in my businesses, like if you're not adding people to your database, you're dying. You have to make sure that you are, you know, attracting and talking to individuals because we are a relationship business. So with that, I do have to run because I have to another game plan interview to do. You all, this has been really, really amazing. I hope you guys are taking notes. I know that I've been taking notes because there's been some nuggets and jewels that's been shared that I need to apply to my business. So you all have a good night. Mr. Bluefield, back to you.
Yes. So look, all I'm going to end with is this. We've built an ecosystem here. We've built an ecosystem built on a culture and a business model that's worked. We'll be announcing Ms. Wells as another executive director here in the next couple weeks, if not next month. I firmly believe that. You can't tell me anything different. I know we'll be announcing Ms. Johnson the same, with all the excitement and enthusiasm that's taking place in her business, Ms. Harris. And let me stop naming names because then I'll forget somebody and somebody will get upset. Charge my head and not my heart. But the bottom line is we have a system that has made us the #1 B2B solutions organization and PPLSI leadership per capita. And keep paying attention to Slack, and it's going to become evident to you that we are the #1 business solutions company, period, bar none. Not just in the direct selling industry, but in the entire state of Michigan. We are one of the fastest growing organizations in the state of Michigan, and it's hard to argue with our success. And more importantly, it's hard to argue with our impact in terms of how we're helping more and more business owners level up and grow, which is what this is ultimately all about. And so when we talk about celebrating, edifying, there's also something we have to do, and we have to protect the ecosystem. You have people who will join our ecosystem. They will grow and have some monetary success in our ecosystem. But then they'll decide that they don't necessarily want to be a part of our ecosystem. They'll want to buck the system, right? So never mind, this company's produced over, now it's over 300 people who are knocking down rings and 6- and 7-figure incomes part-time, by the way, in the last 10 years. Never mind, we have over 30,000 individuals who are knocking down residual incomes, meaning they don't have to work anymore. Some of them being paid tens of thousands of dollars on a monthly and some even on a weekly basis, right? Never mind that. You'll have individuals who will come into our ecosystem. They'll start sipping their own Kool-Aid. They've never started up a business before, right? They've earned a couple bucks, and all of a sudden now they know more than over 300 to 30,000 individuals who successfully built this business and created the culture and business model and foundation that we stand on today. And you have to be willing to protect the ecosystem. Because mark my words, those individuals, once they realize that it was this ecosystem that fed them, they're going to want to make their way back to it. They're going to want to make their way back to it because they're going to find out the hard way that you cannot build a large business with the attitude of a team of me. If it does not duplicate, if it does not grow others, it will not last. And that's what we've been able to accomplish here, right? We give sunlight and we give air to individuals who are willing to follow a proven system and create a situation where they can help other people level up too. So, okay, I'm going to stop there. Look, there's 2 things you want to put on the calendar. June 20th, we have our annual power training where we don't have to squeeze in 15 hours of content in a 60-minute, 45-minute training, right? And no, we're not going to get together for that many hours, but just be aware we have a power training coming up June 20th. We're going to bring the best of the best individuals who are crushing it, having tremendous success, who helped hundreds, if not thousands of members, who've helped hundreds and thousands of associates get it in and win and be successful. So we're going to encourage you, definitely tune into that power training. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting to do that. I'm going to go back to it again. So put that on the calendar, right? You want to get around the brightest and best. You want to get your clues. You want to copy the right cats. You want to expedite your process. You want to expedite your journey to financial independence. Why do it the hard way and bump your head for the next 10, 15, 20 years, or the next even 3 to 5 years, when you can learn everything you need to learn on a weekend and get there right away, right? This upcoming Saturday, in Okemos, Michigan, we have a Miss Lynette Brown. She has a tax and accounting background. She's knocking down 150K and passive residual income. She's been Performance Club qualified for 268 months. So if you've been paying attention, she's financially independent. Let's just put it that way. She's going to be in Okemos at 11 o'clock, 11 to 2. She's going to give a presentation. And then at 12 o'clock, she's going to give a training on how she was able to achieve this success. You owe it to yourself to be in the room. But more importantly, look, if I got a choice between inviting someone to listen to a Zoom call, an audio, or a video versus actually putting them in the room with someone that's earned over $1 million with our company, I'm going to put them in front of a Miss Lynette Brown. So definitely make the phone calls, make the invitations. You put people in front of individuals like this, and this will absolutely throw rocket fuel on your business. So with that being said, everyone, I celebrate your success in advance. Yeah, we went 11 minutes over, but I wanted to make sure that the success stories got heard. We'll definitely clean it up. Next time will be 45 minutes. But hopefully this landed well with you. If you have questions about the content, information has been shared, please follow up with leadership afterwards. Give me a grace period. I'm about to conduct a game plan interview here with a new business partner, but I will be breaking free within the next 30 to 45 minutes. We celebrate your success in advance. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Goodbye for now.
Peace.
Good evening,
Peace.
everyone. Bye.
Peace.
Everyone. Bye.
Everybody have a good evening.
Everybody have a good
Thank you
evening.
for this.